Welcome back to Outer Worlds, Episode 2. Hopefully the audio is actually loud enough. I rewatched the first episode and I could barely hear myself. So I did a little tweaking. Hopefully it's working a little better. I do want to check. Yeah, let's turn the music down just a tad. And just master volume in general down a tad and see if that has an effect. Alright. So last we left off, I was heading over to the landing pad. To speak with Ludwig.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon?
Once or twice.
Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
I could always shoot you. Yeah, let's just get down to business.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
1 second. I just remembered I forgot to set the timer. Okay. Timer. Start. There we go. Alright, back to the game.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Okay, iron I get. Lies? That's debatable.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising.
2 out of 3, not bad.
When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
On my ship, flying as far away as I can.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Sounds good.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
No, I wouldn't want that. Thank you.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Okay.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Very technical. Not sure I understood it. See you later. Oh, and, you know, while we're here. Picked up a revolver. I think I'll replace my handgun with that. Yeah. Not as quite as high a DPS, but the per shot damage is higher, so I think that'll work nicely. Let's check out this grenade launcher. Oh. Like machine gun. It's nice, but it chews through ammo. Probably won't be doing much melee, so Let's try that combo. Hi, I wasn't doing anything. It's odd that all your containers are empty, though. Ah, vending machines. Actually, let's do some breaking down first. Let's see, which button is that? That one. I do want to keep the saber just because I think it's a decent melee weapon if I ever do decide to use some melee. Stun baton. Second thought. That's a better one. 100%, and that's the one I was using. It was a 90 something. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. Speaking of condition, 100%. Assault rifle's down a little bit. Not enough to worry about though. Alright. Oh yeah, armor. Have I picked up any armor? Yes, I have. Any helmet's better than nothing. Let's see. Rebuilt mining gear. Stealth skills +5, that's nice. Tech skills +5, that's nice also. One armor is not going to make a difference. Although I did notice in one Let's Play that wearing this, some people mentioned I looked like a marauder. So, or not I, because I wasn't playing, but the character looked like a marauder. Anywho, let's get going. Let's see, can I get in here? Not stealing, and not stealing. Okay. Ah, get in over here though. Tartarus sauce. Ooh, a mod. Reduces the noise of shots. Not really that stealthy, I don't think. Alright. Let us get on our way.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
Is that so? Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can help you.
Navigation systems have determined this location as Spacer's Choice, designated mechanical repair bay. Attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is a punishable offense. Please report yourself to your supervisor.
Uh-huh.
Damage to navigation systems detected. Attempting to return
Oops.
to designated repair bay.
Oh well. Oh, hi. One moment. Had a cough. Nothing there. There's something over there. Looks like I get it on this side though. Nice. Alright. Knock knock, anybody home? Alright. Check that out in a second. I think we'll stick with the shotgun though. A back door into Edgewater. Wonder where that comes out. We'll check that out later. Actually, let's go ahead and check it out now. I'm kind of curious to where it comes out. He tells me I'm not supposed to be in here. Plasma rifle, nice. Some mods, nice too. Gee, why do they need dead sprats in a plant that makes saltuna? Terminal. Found one left hand, severed at the wrist. Tisk tisk. Break room. Nobody's taking breaks, so yeah, why not? Okay, let's just ooh, nice. Yes, being a thief in this game is extremely rewarding. Let's see. Cells, what I meant to do. Junk, that's what I want. Hold Z. Alright. Weapons. Okay. Got quite a bit of weapon parts right now. Let's go ahead and sell a couple of these. Not selling that. Keep one just in case. Keeping that. Keep that up for now. Alright, did I miss anything? Probably did. That leads out to the town. Walked right back into the same place I just left. Does this lead... Okay, never mind. Thought this led somewhere else. Okay. It's downstairs. Nice. Gee, there's a power regulator. That's what I'm here for. Unfortunately, don't think I can just take that. For one, I think the locals might get a little upset. And for two, it looks like it's pretty electrified at the moment, so... So used to other games where you just, walk into a ladder and start climbing. Forget I have to actually push a button for this one. Alright, so... let's back upstairs. Okay, so this is where I came in. That goes outside, this goes in here. Alright, well, let's just go, get the quest part over with.
Please hold him. I need to explain this aggressively. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Aha! Gee, I wonder what they could be filling it with. Alright.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
That's okay.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck.
Yeah, it'd be really lucky.
Seems
if
I
worked
allowed
for
my
you.
excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Yeah, basically, I just need a power regulator. If you could just give
Only
me one,
regulator we
I'll be on
got
my
is
way.
hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Is that so? Sorry, I had to take a drink. Alright, let's see.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out.
I'm listening.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Huh. And mostly abandoned?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Uh-huh.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need
What a
those
shame.
workers back at their stations.
I'm sure you do. Alright, so what can I
My
do?
hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to
Okay.
their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, see what I can do.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Okay.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Meh. Nice, nice, and nice. Okay. Let's see. That will be nice. And let's toss the rest into dialogue. Keep that moving. Oops, I don't think I applied that. Didn't get a perk this level, so that's it. Journal. Codex. Yeah. Alright, Parvati. Let's see. Just leave her default for now. Alright, I think that's about it. There's nothing you'd like to part with. Where's Reed's key? Huh. No elevator music this time. Got something you want to say?
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
It's usually not.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Uh-huh.
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power.
Yes,
They'll
I
have
got
no
that.
lights to see nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders or worse.
Generally the point.
It don't seem right to me, mister.
Probably
I
not.
talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Uh-huh. Couldn't hurt.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Smart man. Alright. Yeah, that sounds like a corporation. Alright, well, we've done the cattery. Let's see what else we can find around town before we head out. Cantina. This is not the cantina, but let's see what's in here.
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, Abernathy,
I'm
I need
fine,
to speak
Mr.
to you.
Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Yeah, I just want the money.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Yep, told me everything.
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I mean, if you're gonna die anyway.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work.
That's
That's
right
all.
up my alley.
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Yeah, sure.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Spleens are important. See you later. You don't mind if I rummage around in here, do you?
Got it? Inside voices.
People around here are completely oblivious. Alright,
Making a mistake working for Abernathy.
what's it to you?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine.
Well, I did
Abernathy
tell
is a
him I was
well-known
going to do it.
hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
He didn't actually say anything about paying me, but I guess he did imply it calling me a freelancer.
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
Well, no, you could ask anything, but, you know, whether you get it or not is another story.
Wish we had some better rations.
I know how you feel.
I've never actually been in here.
Yeah, don't want to
So
be
you stay away from
stealing
the
in
outside.
front of the constable here.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
You have Marauder fingerprints on file, do you?
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Never mind. Much as I'd like to.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Alright, what else we got? Alright, cannery's over there, cantina's this way. There's the cantina. Barbershop. There's the other guy I need to collect from.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
That's what they make disinfectant
Physical
for.
hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Tempted to do this just for the experience, but no.
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Uh-huh.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Give him an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Much obliged.
Gold teeth. Not bad. Yeah.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer, brochures 1 through 5, courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
Interesting.
You know about Eugene? How? You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open.
Probably not.
Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
All right.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
What? Oh, they're probably shooting at rats that escaped. I should close the door. All right.
Another day at the cannery.
Speaking of which, I think I do need I need to get the thing from Phyllis.
Not since the vending machine incident.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident. Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Music to my ears.
It's an interesting reference there. Oh. Tempted to buy this just because it's unique. Wouldn't really be for me, but I could give it to Parvati. Oh wait, I can't afford it. Oh. Well, that makes it easy. Let's see. You're gonna say something if I pick this lock right, huh? Better not do that then. Alright. Yeah, let's go back to get the,
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working.
Cannery's over here. That's
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
Forgot to get the gravesite fees from Phyllis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Uh-huh.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
The ones I've used haven't really had any problems. Oh, and there goes our timer. Let me finish this conversation.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
Interesting interpretation.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Stop that. Okay.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Alright, you can get back to work. Alright, well, that is it for this episode. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me. Have fun.